First, the top headlines. Imphal to Guwahati bus services resumes after nearly 3 years. Manipur Chief Minister flags off 16 candidates for overseas skill training in Japan. JFD students wing logs government offices in Manipur over NRC before census demand. Large cache of arms, ammunition and explosive recovered along the Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur's Mori. Two arrested with 45 kg of suspected opium in Manipur's Senapati district. And Naga body restricts goods truck movement through parts of Manipur. A very good evening and welcome to ELITETV English News. At 6 prime time, this is Somirin Kasar giving you the latest news. Public transport services on the Imphal to Dimapur to Guwahati road resumed on August 21st after a gap of nearly 3 years, marking a significant steps towards restoring normalcy and connectivity in Manipur. A total of 125 passengers traveled on the first day using 2 buses and 5 wingers. The resumption of the interstate bus services has been welcomed by the public as an important step towards restoring normal life and strengthening connectivity between Manipur, Nagaland and Assam. One of the passengers, Gyam Kumarjit Singh from Thobal district, expressed gratitude to the state government and said he hoped the renewed service will promote peace, love and harmony among all the communities. Another passenger, Nivetita from Kundrakpam village in Imphal East, expressed hope that the journey will contribute to peace in the state and appreciated the government's initiative. The buses have already crossed Kangpokpi and Senapati district and will enter Nagaland before proceeding towards Guwahati, Assam. The development follows an announcement made by Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh during his visit to Kangpokpi district on August 8, accompanied by Deputy Chief Minister Nemcha Kipken and Saitu MLA Haukolet Kipken. The Chief Minister had announced the reopening of the national highways for free movement of all communities and stated that the Imphal to Dimapur to Guwahati bus services would resume soon.
Ngasi koi jahi ahumgi matungda Imphal Dimapur Imphal to Guwahati lambel sida han boina lamtha basi koi gi Manipur government na lokopiro kungtang sida koi noaje Dumaruina, going a sigi, Concert Lasina, Ahoba, Oeraga, Mamangi, Punamaka, Mineraga, Nuxiba, Sanaba, Yapanueva, Manipur, Mopurapota, Nasi Concert Lasina, Oeraga, Akata, the Manipur Santi, Manipur Malapa.
Upon Malaytana, Aquina, Zapa Pangbasha, Sina, Aquay, Isona Taujan Vibasuano, Aduga, Sina Santi Purapasuano, all Manipur Uina.
Meanwhile, the passengers in the bus have reached Mao safe and sound. Speaking to media persons, a passenger spoke about the journey and thanked to the government of Manipur for the initiative taken up by the government.
Getani, Masha, Saxana, Wiki, Yam Sanaba, Potaway Dota, Masi, Makomji, the Queen as a he of whom Zitanaka, Masi, Ukame, as there is no my antinare, ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯅꯦꯕꯜꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯤꯗꯔꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯂꯨꯆꯤꯡꯕꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯆꯍꯤ 3-4 ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯐꯪꯉꯨꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯁꯤ ꯄꯤꯁ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯍꯥꯔꯃꯣꯅꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯝꯃ꯭ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯇꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯅ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯅꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯤꯁꯐꯨꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ.
Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand on August 21st flagged off 16 candidates who will undergo overseas skill training and take up jobs in different parts of Japan under the state's Livelihood Empowerment and Entrepreneurship SLEE initiative. The flag-off program was held at the Chief Minister's bungalow in Imphal, where Khemchand urged the candidate to never forget their roots and always remain proud of being Manipuri. Presenting each candidate with a replica of the penna, an indigenous musical instrument of Manipur, the Chief Minister said the candidates will experience a new country, culture, traditions, and development in Japan, but should remain connected to their identity and cultural heritage. Drawing an example from Singapore, Khemchand said people there take pride in their national identity and express concerns that many people in Manipur now hesitate to identify themselves as Manipuris. He called for a change in this mindset and urged people to take pride in their identity. The Chief Minister also announced that public transport services on the Imphal to Dimapur to Guwahati road along the National Highway 2 have resumed, marking an important step towards restoring free movement and connectivity. He urged the people to use the government bus services without fear and said high airfares between Imphal and Guwahati were placing an additional burden on people. A memorandum of understanding was signed between the State Bank of India, SBI, and SLEE to provide financial support to the candidates. The selected candidates have completed Japanese language training at the National Skill Development Corporation and SDC International Academy and secured employment in different parts of Japan, including Tokyo, Hokkaido, and Okinawa, mainly in the healthcare and hospitality sectors. One of the candidates, Dana Priya Tansubam, who secured a job at Miyagojima Tokyo Hotel and Resort in Okinawa, expressed gratitude to the Chief Minister and said she would work with professionalism while remaining proud of her Manipuri roots. The program was attended by MLA KH Joy Kishan Singh, Manipur University Vice Chancellor Professor R.K. Hema Kumar Singh, Secretary of Skill, Labor, Employment and Entrepreneurship, and Bandana Devi, SBI Deputy General Manager BNO Iza Ahmed, and NSDC State Management Officer Masod Mizemik, among others. Members of the students' wing of the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD, locked several government offices in Manipur as protest demanding updation of the National Register of Citizens NRC before the census continued in the state. The office locking campaign was carried out as part of the JFD's previously announced decision to boycott the state and the central government offices, excluding those providing essential services such as health, education, water supply, and electricity. JFD student wing member visited various government offices to check whether they were functioning and logged some of the offices found operational. In Tobal district, the protesters visited the district commissioner's complex and logged the exchange office, social welfare office, and weights and measures office. In Kakching district, the protesters logged the Waikong subdivisional officer's office. The Directorate of Sericulture in Imphal East had also been locked by local Mayor Baibis on Thursday, according to the protesters. The JFD had announced a boycott from August 20 following a 48-hour general strike organized over the demand of NRC updation before the census. The protesters said the agitation will continue until the government takes steps to defer the census and undertake the NRC exercise. They said the movement was being carried out in the interest of what they described as a safe and secure future for the people of Manipur. The protesters also urged the government not to take the issue of alleged illegal immigration lightly and demanded concrete measures to address their concerns. A joint team of More Police Station and 36 Assam Rifles recovered a concealed cache of arms, ammunition and explosive device from a forested area near border pillar 73 along the Indo-Myanmar border. Acting on specific intelligence inputs, the joint team launched an operation in the area on August 20, during which the concealed cache was detected and recovered. The seized items include one M15 rifle with magazine, one MAG-3 rifle with gas magazine, one country-made pistol, 6 single-barrel firearms, 2 country-made rifles, and 1.22 rifle. Security forces also recovered 10 radio sets, 5 drone bombs, 5 IEDs, 1 tear gas gun, 17 tear gas ammunition rounds, 2 grenades, 2 PP jackets, and 5 live rounds. The recovery of the large cache has prompted further investigation to identify those responsible for concealing the weapons and determine their intended use. Senapati District Police arrested 2 persons for allegedly possessing 45 kg of suspected opium during a frisking and checking operation at Kongnam Thana village on August 20. The arrested persons have been identified as Sanesh Limbu, 25, and Sachin Thaba, 20, both residents of Irang Part 1, Lamchok, under Kangpokpi Police Station. During the operation, police recovered 46 packets of suspected opium weighing approximately 45 kg, a Mahindra Thar Rolls 4-wheeler and Rs 10,000 in cash were also seized from their possession. The 2 accused have been taken into custody and further legal action and investigation are underway. The Working Committee of the Joint Tribes Council Manipur (JTCM) has announced an immediate restriction on the movement of goods, laden trucks and other commercial vehicles along the national highways passing through areas under its jurisdiction, citing security concerns and what it described as the government's failure to protect the Naga communities. The restriction will remain in force until further notice and covers JTCM areas inhabited by the Inpui, Liangmai, Rongmei and Zemi Naga communities, according to a statement issued by the committee on August 20. The JTCM said the move was prompted by the August 20 violence at Namdilong in Kangpokpi district, in which several people were injured, as well as the killing of the 6 Naga men, whose bodies, according to the committee, were recovered on June 10 following an extensive search. The committee alleged that 2 pastors were among those abducted from Leilon Vaipe village on May 13 and claimed that the victims were tortured and mutilated before their bodies were recovered. It further alleged that despite the investigation being handed over to the National Investigation Agency (NIA), the perpetrators had not been identified. The JTCM also questioned the role of security forces in the state, alleging that the CRPF's Copra unit had acted against the Naga village guards while failing to prevent armed attacks on the Naga villages. The committee said such actions had raised concerns over the security of the Naga settlement in the Zeliang Rongpi region, calling an area Coordination Committee to observe the restriction peacefully, the JTCM said it will intensify its agitation if the government continued to disregard what it termed safety, security and dignity of the Naga community. The restriction on goods movement is expected to affect commercial traffic using highways through the affected areas, with the JTCM giving no timeline for lifting the measure. A suspected cannabis peddler was arrested with cannabis worth around Rs 50,000 at Kabaitari in Jokikoba. The accused, identified as Abu Syed Ali, was allegedly running a cannabis trade by operating an Ayurvedic medicine pharmacy at the FCI market in Kabaitari. According to the reports, local residents allegedly caught Abu Syed Ali red-handed while he was involved in the suspected illegal trade and handed him over to the police. Police have taken the accused into custody and initiated further investigation into the alleged cannabis trade. The West Jenta Hills District Administration has prohibited the sale and distribution of petrol and diesel in loose quantities across the district, citing concerns over the public safety and the possibility of further escalation of an ongoing agitation. The district magistrate issued the order under Section 223 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita (BNS) with immediate effect and said it will remain in force until further orders. The order comes a day after a rally organized by the Kasi Students Union (KSU) amid the prevailing situation and the possibility of further intensification of the agitation. The district administration said the restriction was necessary to ensure public safety, protect the public property, and prevent any untoward accident. The order prohibits the sale of petrol and diesel in jerry cans, bottles, and other containers without proper authorization. It noted that the unauthorized sale and hoarding of petroleum products pose a serious risk, including fire hazards and threats to the life and property, besides the potential to disrupt public order. The administration said the restriction was also in accordance with provisions governing petroleum products under the Petroleum Act 1934. Anyone found violating the order will face legal action under Section 223 of the BNS and other relevant provisions of law. However, the supply of diesel for mobile towers and road construction companies will continue in accordance with the standing orders issued by the district magistrate. Such supplies will remain subject to compliance with the Petroleum Act 1934 and applicable regulations. Tensions prevailed at Rodalipat in Bohotia, Guan, Jorhat after local residents allegedly busted a sex racket operating in the area. According to the reports, local residents called several young men and women at the spot and allegedly confronted them before informing the police. Acting on the information, police reached the location and detained 3 young women and 1 young man for questioning. Several other men and women allegedly fled the spot before the police arrived. Police have initiated the investigation to ascertain the circumstances of the incident and whether unorganized sex trafficking or prostitution racket was operating in the area. Stay with us, we'll be right back after a very short break.
SIRG claim fine tobi krabo yam phare mathangda kari sathagdage haibadu haijaraknage electoral registration officer haibadi ERO na claim khudimak amamam laukhatuna yengi amata sithaba tawdana misang mikhai naitana masigi tamaktani claims amasung objections disposal period haina lairibase adumda ERO dagi letter amagi khuthangda kauraknabadi sapiyu mipainingai oite asengbadi nahaki claim du serious oina laure haibatu taklibani mari lainaba document singdi pubirakpa tare phajana da haibiyu ERO na phajana atumak tabigani madudasu karigumba laikhai taba ngamdragasu atai atopa upai lairi district election officer haibadi DC da natraga chief electoral officer Manipur dasu appeal tawbagi khudong saba adu bizari karigumba atopa samannaba khangingba lairagasu BLO natraga headline number 1950 da poll tawbiraga atumak hangbiba yagani final electoral roll asi lakliba September gi tarik tarukta phongnagani SIR gi pandamdi eligible oiba voter khudimak amata sithadana voter list asida ming yahonnabani I am in RU
New Life Advanced Diabetes Healing and Wellness Healthcare Center na natural oiba pambai sing amadi matamga chunarabu khutsukhulai kya sajinaduna tongan balaina layong kaya mai pakna laying jari mafam asida laying jariba laina layong sing adudi diabetes, liver disease, arthritis, lutong chikpa naba, constipation, sinus, blood pressure, piles, gallbladder amasung kidney danum leiba kidney ga mari lainaba layong sing amadi asthma na singbani diabetes ki oina diabetes na ohelakpa khongkhot chikpa naba khongya saba tumba yadaba hakchang sokthaba na chingba layong khodimak laying duna chada mari futara manga gi changda reverse tawba ngamle constipation gi oina numitara manga ni da mapung phana phanba ngamle amadi blood pressure tha amadagi tha ahum phawbagi manungda normal ohanba ngamle ngasi maglangsin bio New Life Advanced Diabetes Healing and Wellness Healthcare Center Thangmaiban DM University gi makha thangba kabole kai nongchup aikoi contact number 9856148205
Manipur के अहम न्यूरो पेशेंट्स के स्पेशलाइज हॉस्पिटल न्यूरो इमरजेंसी ट्रॉमा नेट मल्टी स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल सिंगजाई मथक टोंगथामली कायदा हांदुकचरे हॉस्पिटल असना मरुइना बीपी स्ट्रोक ब्रेन ट्यूमर लम्बी की खुदोंथिबा स्पाइनल डिस्क प्रोलैप्स स्पाइनल ट्यूमर अमदी माइग्रेन चिंगबा लायंगली हॉस्पिटल असदा न्यूरो की लायंग चंगबा अफब मखल की खुसु खुलाई अमदी मशीन मरांग कायदे लई मशीना कोक मई लेनबा तोंगान तोंबा मखल की अनाबसिंग निंगथिना लायंगली लमदम न्यूरो सर्जन यामना तांगलिबा मरमना चिंगमदी अरापा मफमदगी लाकपा अनाबसिंग न्यूरो सर्जन उननबा होनबदा अवाबा कया मायोंगदरी मशीदा सुनतना मतम तिंथना अनाबा लायंगना मरम ओरगा खुदोंथिबा कया सुमायोंगदरी मसी पुनमक्तगी खरदो ओरबसु कन्ननबा डॉक्टर पार्किंसन सिंह MCS न्यूरो सर्जरी एम्स न्यू दिल्ली ना मसामकी हॉस्पिटल असिदा पुंग कुनमरी लेना अनाबसिंग लायंगली हॉस्पिटल असिदा अताबा ममलदा लाइन मतनतना OPD जनरल अमदी ICU बेड्स ऑपरेशन मेडिसिन एक्सरे अमदी लैब कमैली नबसनसु अताबा ममलदा फंगल्ली ngasi murenshin bir omadi kudong saba sing silobiho hena ku bamrol gidamag hospital asigi telephone number 7005534166 natraga 8974572154 da paw phobirak bu yagani
Welcome back from the break. Our next top stories begins with the district administration led by district collector and NCORD chairperson Hemant Kumar IAS today convened a review meeting to evaluate the district's ongoing battle against drug trafficking and substance abuse. The session focused on fortifying interagency coordination to effectively curb the inflow of illicit substances and address the consumption of tobacco and alcohol, with the chairperson and Deputy Commissioner Mahesh Chaudhary IS requesting concerned officials to create area-specific WhatsApp groups comprising the district police, central forces and SDOs to ensure seamless communication and real-time response. He reviewed comprehensive action plans emphasizing that this is the crucial time to eradicate and contain illegal poppy cultivation before the harvesting season. The chairman directed the concerned SDOs, OCs, and the central forces to identify and map out areas where these illegal activities are taking place to prevent harvesting. Furthermore, he ordered that a warning circular be disseminated among village chiefs and village councils, sternly warning that they will be held directly responsible if any illicit cultivation occurs on land falling under their jurisdiction. Superintendent of Police Rahul Gupta IPS shared security insights and outlined NCP schemes providing funding for alternative farming. The SDOs also instructed to work alongside OCs to identify and furnish details of villages willing to adopt alternative livelihoods through NCP funding. Additionally, the chairman instructed the chief medical officer, CMO, to share details of pharmaceutical shops, clamp down on unlicensed outlets, and strictly enforce mandatory CCTV camera installations. Following inputs from the SDOs, CMO, BSF, and CRPF regarding the operational needs, the DC assured the matters will be addressed. The chairman requested the SP and concerned officials to inspect large consignment of urea brought into the district, while directing the agriculture officials to submit detailed reports on the total quantity of urea handed over to the district. MLA of the Sagoban Assembly constituency, RK Imo Singh, extended immediate financial assistance to the frontline health workers of the Urban Primary Health Center, UPHC Sagoban, by personally providing rupees 10,000 each to 14 ASHA health workers and 1 multitasking staff from his salary account. The assistance was extended in view of the fact that their honorarium remains pending from the concerned department. Recognizing the financial difficulties that may arise from such delays, the MLA took the personal initiative to help them and their families meet their essential needs until the department releases their legitimate dues. The ASHA workers have been rendering tireless service over the years and playing an important role in strengthening healthcare delivery at the grassroots level. Their responsibilities include supporting the UPHC, participating in special health camps, conducting household visits, assisting citizens with ABHA enrollment, and undertaking numerous other community health-related duties on a daily basis. Speaking on the initiative, RK Imo Singh stated that the assistance was not a substitute for the honorarium due to workers, but a small personal effort to stand with them during a period when their legitimate payments remain pending. He emphasized that frontline health workers are an essential link between the healthcare institutions and the community, and that their dedication, often carried out quietly and without recognition, deserves respect and appreciation. This is a small personal initiative, but a sincere gesture of appreciation for the dedication and service of our health workers. Their commitment to the people and the community deserves our respect and recognition, the MLA added. The Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council, THSC, hosted THSC Connect 2026 on the theme The Power of Partnership at Stain Auditorium, India Habitat Center, New Delhi. The long day conclave from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. brought together government officials, industry leaders, CSR heads, and the training partners to strengthen India's tourism and hospitality workforce. The program began with registration, followed by lamp lighting. Mr. Rajan Bahadur, CEO THSC, delivered the welcome address. Prashant Sinha, COO and SDC, Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Gaba, and CVET Amit Meena, IAS Director, MSDE, Colonel Mahendra Singh, Payal NSDC announced the THSC and NSDC Academy collaboration. Chief Guest Debashri Mukherjee, IAS Secretary, MSDE, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to Viksit Bharat 2047. Speakers included Dr. Monica Banerjee, Interclub Foundation, Divya Krishan, The Job Plus, Vaibhav Verma, and Prakash Das, THSC, and Amol Bajaj, THSC. The session ended with the agreement exchange and launch of International Job Portal. Manipur receives 3 awards and recognition. Manipur's contribution to skilling was recognized on the national stage. Meidinku Institute of Aviation and Hospitality, Manipur, Training Partner Award and Industry Partner Award, SAS Skills Manipur Training Partner Award. The discussion emphasized the need for closer collaboration between the training institutions and industry to ensure that young professionals receive relevant practical and employment-oriented skills. The event also provided a platform for industry leaders and training partners to exchange perspectives and explore opportunities for future collaboration. THSC Connect 2026 reaffirmed the importance of partnership in building a skilled industry-ready workforce and supporting the continued growth of India's tourism and hospitality sector. In a crackdown on illegal wildlife trade, the Bokakat Range Forest team apprehended Rahul Karmakar of the Gahora at Latapari for his alleged involvement in the illegal trade of the Toke Keko. Forest officials recovered 1 live Toke Keko from his possession. The species is protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1974. The Forest Department has initiated further investigation to trace the source of the animal and identify other persons who may be involved in the alleged illegal wildlife trade. The Nagaland government has signed a 25-year power purchase agreement (PPA) with Divaxa's Renewable Private Limited for the development of a 20-megawatt solar power project at Dizit in Mon District, official said. The agreement was signed on August 20 at the Nagaland Civil Secretariat Conference Hall in Kohima between the Department of the Power and the private renewable energy company. The project will be set up at Lapa Lampong village in Dizit. The project is Nagaland's first private solar independent power producer (IPP) initiative and is expected to strengthen the state's renewable energy generation capacity while helping it meet its renewable consumption obligations. Under the agreement, the Phase 1 project will be commissioned within 20 months and supply electricity to the state's grid at a fixed tariff of Rs 4.12 per unit as approved by the Nagaland Electricity Regulatory Commission. Chief Engineer, Transmission and Generation Nitovi A. Wotsa said Nagaland's present peak power demand stood at 203 megawatt and was projected to rise to 482 megawatt by 2034 to 2035. He said the state was planning to enhance its generation capacity and was encouraging private sector participation alongside project developed through the state resources of augment local generation and meet the growing demand for the electricity. The Tripura government has announced an additional subsidy of Rs 117.13 crore to the Tripura State Electricity Corporation Limited TSECL to provide relief to consumers from the recent hike in fixed charges in electricity bills. Power Minister Ratan Lal Nath said on Friday, August 21st, that the decision was taken by the State Cabinet on Thursday following a widespread protest and complaints over the steep rise in electricity bills. The Tripura Electricity Regulatory Commission, a judicial body, had increased the fixed charges in June, triggering protests in several parts of the state. He said the government had assessed the impact of the increased fixed charges on lives of consumers, following which Chief Minister Manik Saha held a high-level meeting to explore measures to provide relief. With the additional allocation, the government's total subsidy to the power sector for the current financial year will rise from Rs 77.57 crore to Rs 194.70 crore. Nad said the government would provide 100% subsidy against the increased fixed charges, thereby shielding consumers from the additional financial burden. The Tripura Cabinet on August 20 approved a proposal to establish 4 new government railway police stations, GRPS, in the state to strengthen security for the railway passengers, Minister said. The new GRPS will be set up at Bishramganj, Udaipur, Belonia and Samprom, expanding security coverage across the state. Tripura currently has 10 government railway police stations. To staff the proposed police station, the cabinet also approved the creation of 105 posts across various categories, including sub-inspectors and assistant sub-inspectors. The cabinet also approved a proposal to establish a university in Bishaigarh in Sepahijala district. In addition, the state government approved the creation of 305 new posts, including 200 assistant professor posts, as part of the measures to strengthen manpower across various departments. The East Khasi Hills District Administration has imposed Section 163 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita (BNSS) ahead of the proposed protest rally by the Khasi Students Union (KSU). The KSU was scheduled to hold a protest in East Khasi Hills on Friday. In view of the proposed rally and recent incidents of the violence in Shillong, the administration has stepped up security arrangements to prevent any untoward situation. Security personnel have been deployed at the proposed protest locations, while the administration is maintaining heightened vigilance across Shillong. The imposition of the Section 163 aims to prevent the gathering of large crowds and maintain public order and peace during the protest program. Tension continues to prevail in Shillong in the wake of the recent violence surrounding a KSU rally, with authorities taking precautionary measures to ensure the safety of residents and prevent further escalation. The Meghalaya Taxi Drivers Association has announced the suspension of commercial taxi services between Shillong and Guwahati following the recent violent incidents in Shillong, including the alleged attack on tourists from Assam during the Khasi Students Union KSU rally. The association has also warned of stopping taxi services from Assam to Meghalaya if the situation is not addressed. The decision comes amid growing tensions between the taxi operators in the two states following the violence reported during the KSU rally in Shillong, where several vehicles were damaged and people were injured. Taxi drivers organizations in both the Assam and Meghalaya have reportedly begun protesting over the incidents, raising concerns over the safety of passengers and drivers traveling between the two states. The Meghalaya taxi drivers' body has demanded adequate security and action against those responsible for the attacks, while the proposed suspension of services is expected to affect regular interstate commuters and tourists traveling between Guwahati and Shillong. The East Khasi Hills District Administration has imposed prohibitory restrictions under Section 163 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita BNSS 2023 ahead of the proposed rally and sit-in demonstration by the Khasi Students Union KSU on August 21st. According to an order issued by the District Magistrate Abhilash Baranwal IAS, the KSU is scheduled to hold a rally from its office at Jaiao to Modfran, ending at the Kaindaulat, where a sit-in demonstration is proposed from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The demonstration said the proposed rally and the demonstration could potentially lead to the disturbance of public peace, obstruction of public movement, disruption of normal life, damage to public or private property, and threats to human life. Under the order, no persons, group, or organization will be allowed to organize, hold, or participate in any position, rally, demonstration, public meeting, or assembly without prior written permission from the district administration. The order also prohibits gatherings of 5 or more persons intended to conduct protest demonstrations, rallies, or gatherings that could disturb public order or disrupt normal life. The use of loudspeakers, megaphones, amplifiers, or public address system in public places has also been prohibited without prior permission. The administration has further prohibited carrying arms, sticks, stones, rods, or any other objects capable of causing injury or damage in connection with prohibited protests or gatherings. The order warned that individuals, groups, or organizations found disrupting normal life, obstructing public or government activities, and forcing shutdowns, damaging public or private property, or committing acts affecting law and order could face criminal action under Section 223 of the BNSS 2023, along with other applicable legal provisions. The order was issued ex parte come into force with immediate effect and will remain in force until further orders. The Meghalaya High Court has directed the state authorities to take prompt and effective action against those allegedly involved in the violence during the Khasi Students Union KSU bike rally in Shillong on August 19. A division bench comprising Justice H.S. Thankyu and Justice W. Tengto passed the directions after taking so motu cognizance of the violence. The court also directed the state government to submit a report detailing the action taken by August 24 when the matter will be heard again. The court observed that the incidents were a matter of serious concerns, particularly as governments and police vehicles as well as the commercial vehicles were damaged, while the safety of residents, including the school children, were allegedly put at risk. During the hearing, the Advocate General apprised the court of the measures taken by the authorities and informed that some KSU members had been arrested. The August 19 rally organized by the KSU turned violent at several locations across Shillong, with incidents of stone pelting, vandalism, and assault reported. According to the East Khasi Hills Superintendent of Police Vivek Siem, at least 31 vehicles were damaged, 16 people were injured, and 2 vehicles were set on fire during the violence. Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang on August 20 called for greater efforts to preserve and promote the Nepali language, particularly among the younger generations, marking Bhasha Manyata Diwas 2026. Tamang described the inclusion of Nepali in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution as a landmark moment for the language and the identity of the Nepali-speaking community. Paying tribute to writers, linguists, scholars, activists, political leaders, and language enthusiasts, he credited their sustained efforts for securing constitutional recognition for Nepali. The Chief Minister said language plays a central role in preserving a community's history, culture, traditions, and identity. He urged the people to take collective responsibility for passing the mother tongue on to future generations. He also stressed the need to strengthen Nepalese literary and cultural heritage and encourage young people to take greater pride in the language. Tamang said the Sikkim government has continued to prioritize the protection and promotion of the state's languages alongside its diverse cultures, traditions, attires, and community identities. He said the government will continue initiatives aimed at safeguarding Sikkim's linguistic and cultural heritage while promoting unity, goodwill, and coexistence among its diverse community. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 940289092 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. Before we wind up, a very quick recap of the headlines once again. Imphal to Guwahati bus services resumes after nearly 3 years. Manipur Chief Minister flags off 16 candidates to overseas skill training in Japan. JFD students swing logs government offices in Manipur over NRC before census demand. Large cache of arms, ammunition and explosives recovered along the Indo-Myanmar border in Manipur's Mori. Two arrested with 45 kg of suspected opium in Manipur's Senapati. And Naga body restricts goods, drugs movement through parts of Manipur. That's all for English news. For more updates like this, please keep watching ELITETV. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri News at 8:30. Until then, stay safe and stay informed. Thank you.